Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. This is going to be part 2 of the review for the Klein Impact Ratcheting Stubby. This is a new tool from Klein. Part number on this is 32561 HDRT 7-in-1 ratcheting impact rated stubby screwdriver / nut driver. Again, I've got a link down in the description by scanning this barcode and going to the Lowe's app, but it says currently unavailable. It's the same as all the other stuff I put on here, but it is out in store. I went to the store and ended up finding mine in the store and picking it up. And the reason why I'm saying this is part 2 is because in a live video, in case you haven't watched that, I did a live review for it, and that one was horrible. Like, I couldn't get the bits out. It wasn't working with some of the stuff in my Connect sets. I just ultimately didn't like it at all, so I took it back to Lowe's today, swapped it out. You can see this package isn't opened. I ended up returning that one, so I don't have both of them to show you what the old one was doing. You'll have to go back and watch that live. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut open and out of the package, and we'll see what kind of stuff we run into with the second one. Maybe it was just a problem with my first one. Hopefully that's going to be the case, but again, you shouldn't have it happen with one of them at all, period. But just so you know, you might need to check yours out of the store. So again, getting it out of the package, there's the bits on it. Number 1, number 2 Phillips 3/16 quarter as far as your slotted, and then quarter, 5/16 and 1/2 inch. Big thing that I liked about it, and the idea for me to get it, was the Connect S. You know, it is a ratcheting stubby, but as I've said a bunch of times, not a big ratcheting stubby fan. Here's the back side of the package in case you're interested in any of that. And again, that you haven't watched the live for the part 1 of this. And then it is made in Taiwan. So this is going to run you $20 at Lowe's. I thought the price was pretty good on it too. I expected it to be more expensive. Here's what the end looks like: impact stubby ratcheting. And inside of it, you basically have a 1/4 inch nut driver. And then inside of that, you have a Phillips. This is the number 1 Phillips. And then that's that 1/4 inch slotted. So it's kind of like the small Phillips, bigger slotted. I thought that was a little bit weird. And then you have a 1/4 inch nut driver, impact rated. So if we get our impact out over here, you can slide this out, use this in your impact. As I showed in that live, quite a bit of play with that though, so you'd have to be okay with that. And then inside of this, if we flip it out, here's the first test. Just got it out of the package. Will I be able to pull this out? I've got the twin grips, I've got the Cobras ready. That's what I had to use on my other ones. We grab a hold of this. That pulled out quite a bit easier. Still a little tight, but I mean, I at least could pull it out. First time I got that first one out of the package, had to use twin grips, had to use Cobras, those kinds of things. This side you got 5/16, and then in here you got a Phillips number 2, and then the 3/16 slotted. Again, same thing. You can take this out and then use that in your impact if you want to. Same amount of slop in there. These are not magnetic nut drivers. These are just hollow nut drivers, so you're not going to have any kind of magnetism. So you have these things, but as always, with this piece right here, you can stick a bit holder or something in it if you want to, or you could grab yourself, you know, this kind of flip socket shaft, stick it inside of here, run your stubby like this. If you want different options, and maybe you want a magnet or something like that, you can do that. So any kind of 1/4 inch thing you can stick in here. It's obviously going to make your screwdriver maybe a little bit longer, but you can do that. And at the same way of that, one thing about this one is it's a stubby, but it's still kind of long, because if I use this as an example, this 8-in-1 stubby is my kind of longest stubby that I own, because it's got bit holding and all that kind of stuff inside of here that you pull out. You get the bits, adjustable shaft. It's exactly the same length as that, but you do have this ratcheting mechanism and stuff like that. So same length as that. As I mentioned in the other video, the ultimate stubby to me as far as a stubby is the multi-stubby. Definitely much shorter, but if you look at that right there and you think about, what if I need to get in a small spot, you can still take it down to this, take yourself a regular bit like this, put it down inside of here, and now you've got quite a stubbier stubby that's more in line with this one right here. So you do have the option, you know, make this a little bit shorter just by putting a bit inside of here if that's something that you want to do. So that's kind of nice. The biggest thing is I can actually grab this one and pull it out. You know, I could not do that with the other one. It's still a little tight, but it's definitely doable. It's the same kind of feel as whenever you first buy an impact ratcheting 11-in-1 or something like that. It's a little tight from the get-go. You start working with it, it's going to get looser, but it's definitely a lot more loose than the first one. And you can see it is going into that second groove. If you watch that live, that's where I started having that problem. So what about the Connect S? That's another benefit to this one, is that it has this 1/2 inch Connect S. So this is also a 1/2 inch nut driver. That's the size you're getting, you know, your 1/4, 5/16, 1/2 inch. But it works with the Connect S pass-through sockets. I was having a problem with the original one back in that live. And then this 9/16, whatever I did with that, out of the 1/4 inch set, I can't get it in there to save my life. It will not go. That one would not go in there if I wanted to. I was having a problem with the original one back in that live with the 9/16, more particularly out of the original 1/4 inch set. It absolutely would not go in that other stubby. Here it is on this one. We'll see. Goes right in there, not an issue with that one. What about coming out? Super easy. We'll do the 9/16 in my starter kit set, just in case I accidentally got them swapped up. Goes in there super nice as well. So another advantage to this one, like I said, I'm buying this one more so for this feature to put along with my sets than it is for the ratcheting feature, because I don't necessarily care for ratcheting screwdrivers that much. But now you got, it's not a pass-through, but it's a hollow, you know, nut driver. Unless you wanted to attempt to screw through, drill this out, you could maybe make it a pass-through. I don't know if that would affect the ratcheting mechanism or anything at all with that, but I know a lot of people have done it with the Impact 11-in-1 ratcheting screwdriver and not had an issue. Let me grab something real fast. I'll show you the ratcheting action in case you didn't watch the live. Before I close out the review, I did show it kind of in there, but I'll go ahead and show it now as well. So again, this one has 3 positions. It's got the fixed in the middle, and then it also has, if I turn it this way, it's going to make me to where I can reverse and take out a screw, or if I turn it this way, it's going to make it to where I can screw in a screw or go clockwise. That's the way most ratcheting screwdrivers are. My Vera is a little bit different. And again, the idea behind it is, if I'm using this screwdriver, right now I'm going clockwise, but now say I want to take something out and go counterclockwise. If I basically will grab a hold of this, turn this handle the way that I want to go, I'm wanting to go counterclockwise, it's going to turn that lever the right way. And now if I let go of that, it's swapped it over. That's the idea behind it. So if we get into it, it doesn't say on the package how many teeth this ratcheting mechanism is, but I've got it in, let's see, let me get it to, I want to make it where I'm going to tighten it. So I'm going to grab a hold of it, turn it this way. You can see right there on a machine screw in a box, it's not catching a lot of the times until you get kind of tight. Now it's catching all the time. Again, I don't know that it's significantly great, but I'm not a big ratcheting screwdriver fan because I work on these kind of screws all the time, and it just doesn't seem like it works real well. Once a screw is so loose, you can't really use it. So here I'm going to loosen it. You can hear those clicks maybe. And once I get to that position, right there, once I get about 4 or 5 threads out and that screw becomes loose, I'm no longer really getting that ratcheting action. But again, you can always turn it to fixed, and now it's not going to ratchet, period, and just use it like a regular screwdriver if you want to. And again, 9 times out of 10, that's the position mine always stays in. I didn't buy this because of the ratcheting feature. I probably won't use it that often. Maybe there'll be times whenever it's going to be necessary because I'm in some space and I can't really make full revolutions or something like that. I don't even know that I bought it specifically for this. You know, I don't really care for these that much because they're not magnetic. I also don't necessarily like combo bits that much. But again, I can take any kind of driver bit. This one's really long, but if I had a shorter one, put it in there, use it like it's a ball-handled screwdriver almost, take that out. Also, the fact that I can take this out now and use it with the Connect S stuff that I'm kind of invested in. I can now take, again, the 9/16 here. That was the problem one. Put that right in. Snapped in a little bit harder that time. Still went in okay though. It could be a little bit of an issue with this and a little bit of issue with that other screwdriver, but again, it's going in there no problem. I'm having to put a little force. It's better that you have to actually make it go in a little bit than it be so loose that it comes out on you. But you know, you got to get it turned in there just right sometimes. But that one's definitely going in a lot better. And we get over to the other 9/16. Super easy on that one. So I think it was a combination of that 9/16 is probably at the upper end of the tolerance. My other screwdriver that I got in the live video was probably at the lower tolerance, and they just were not meshing whatsoever. But again, I was having such a hard time getting this piece right here in and out of that other one that it was a no-go for me. This one's definitely much better. That's going to wear in. It's still a little tight, but I can tell that's going to get better as you go over it, which is what Gusty Oinker kind of said. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to share with you part 2. Again, I did a live review. I may have missed some things that I didn't cover in this one because I know I already covered it in the other one. I was trying not to make this video super long. But again, I just wanted to share with you that I did return that one. This was the new one that I picked up. Definitely coming in and out a lot easier. It's probably going to wear in even better over time. So you can take that however you want to, whether or not you want to attempt it. I would suggest if you go into the store and buy one, I would open the package whenever I got out to my vehicle, see if this pulls in and out super easy. Hopefully I got the random one bad one out of all of them. But check that out and see if that opens or comes in and out super easy. And if it doesn't, I'd walk right back in the store and find myself another one and swap it out. You can let me know in the comments below if you've had any issues with yours, if you picked it up. Again, it's only available at Lowe's right now as far as whenever I'm shooting this video, and also the link that I'm putting in the description, it will allow you to check the details of it. But whenever I went just now, it's not letting you buy it still. Hopefully at some point you'll be able to buy it using that link. But as of right now, you can't do that. You have to pick it up in store. That's where I got mine. But that's the Klein Impact Stubby Ratcheting Driver. Part number again, 32561 HDRT. Also $19.99 at Lowe's. Again, if you haven't watched that live video, you might want to go watch it to explain what the problems were that I was having. But I hope this video was useful. I hope it's helpful in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. I'll see you on the next video.